is good enough to handle. Okay, so I will introduce myself and then tell you what's going on in this call. Hi, I'm Peter. Hello. Yeah, it's great. When I'm doing the Zoom or team teaching, so when I say hello, really no one will respond to my question. So at least face-to-face class, we can get the response from you guys. Okay. So maybe you know me. So I'm one of the staff in computing, and then I'm the person in charge of game lab. So have you go to P503 before? Do you know we have a game lab? Yes, yeah, I will call a meeting soon. Captain Project, okay? So if you go back and then you have the face-to-face class, honestly, we have a game lab, okay? In our Department of Computer is in P503. So we set up our game lab in 2005. 2005. So it has been long, long time, 18 years ago, 18 years ago. So at the very beginning, we published games. So we published games in Xbox, in PC, in iOS, in Android, etc. We go to the ACG show, okay? We go to the ACG anime, comic, and game show. And then we show our game. But honestly, you don't know our game lab, right? So the public also don't know we have a game lab in PolyU, because we do not have money to do the advertisement. Nowadays, when you publish a game, you put it on your app store or you put it in your Android market, you think someone will go and download your games? No. You need to have the physical, or you need to have the YouTube advertisement, you need to work with the KOL, YouTuber, and then you need to do lots of about the advertisement. Anyone here want to guess if I'm going to publish a game globally? So what is the amount of money that I need to spend on advertisement? At least 200,000 US dollars. Yeah, for one game. That means you find some YouTuber, you put the advertisement in Google ad, etc., etc. 200,000 US dollars. So definitely a universal setting. It doesn't allow us to do this kind of advertisement, and no one knows get that. Okay, so our department head asked me, "Hey Peter, you have created game lab. So I know that you won lots of the competition. You published game. So what is your impact? No one knows that there is a game lab. Okay, no one knows. No one paid your game. So what is your meaning to create some games that no one knows and then no one paid? But in fact, our graduates, they go to some game company. Okay, yeah, some of my graduates go to Tencent. Okay, so I will share their story later and then tell you how many dollars they earn in the global market. So at that time, around 2014, we start to reframe our objective of GameLab, and then we put two objectives inside. The first one is Game Plus. Game Plus. Game Plus means that we are Department of Computing, right? So definitely we have some new, interesting, cutting edge technology. So we put the cutting edge technology into the game. So if you visit our game lab, we do VR, AR, we have case system, we have expensive case system. We are going to buy another case system. There is LED case. Okay, so each of them is more than $1 million Hong Kong dollars. It's really expensive. We have the motion capture system, etc., etc. We also use the machine learning. So we try to use the camera, computer vision, machine learning to scan the physical object. So we try to combine the physical object and all physical toys and then the virtual gameplay together. Okay, so we try to develop some new gameplay by using the new technologies. So if you visit our game lab now, we have lots of the fish tank. Okay, so we are now using the real fish as one of the controller to play the game and then to help the others. So after 2014, we create games, and then there are lots of games, new gameplay that we have created. So we need to find application area. Okay, so we don't want to just stay on entertainment. So we try to define our next objectives for we game, we emergence games. Okay, so we want to use the game design, game development, gamification, etc., etc. Use the game setting to change the behavior of people. Okay, so today, when you is there anyone here? Do you know we have bean cons? Import it, yes, that's good. You know we have well-fit cons, finite cons. So that means you do the our computer science student, they do not do the physical exercise. But honestly, we have created different apps. So we have the green cons to support your sustainability. We have the fitness cons to encourage you to do some physical exercise. So those games, we involve the game design into it. We involve the gamification into it. And then if you do the exercise, and then if you go green, so somehow you can get the reward, get the money, get the reward voucher, get the free gift from our school. So if you are interested in it, you can do. And we start to do this kind of things. We measure scam to use the gameplay, put it into the real world to solve some real world problems, especially for some underprivileged group. So we try to solve the elderly problem, we try to solve the SEM student problem, and that is our game lab. Okay, so if you are interested in it, feel free to join, and then yeah, you can create some interesting game inside it, and also the subject lecture in service learning of count. So we create games and then tell the other to to improve their learning, to improve their life, to improve their cognitive training, etc., etc. So that's get that. Okay. After a short, do you have any questions? No, it's only my self introduction. So we will start our course. So this course is called Game Design and Development. Okay, so it combines two parts: game design and game development. So do you know the difference? So what is game design? What is game development? Please.
The game development is like the technical aspect of it,
Hmm.
and the design more like how the capabilities work.
Idea similarly. So in fact, many years ago when we have this course, we only put game programming inside. Okay, game programming. So game programming is easy to understand. We focus on 3D and then we focus on DirectX. Okay, we type in the C++ code line by line, and then as I remember around 15 or 16 years ago, we teach direct, and then we need to spend 3 to 4 hours left to render a clip on your screen. 3 to 4 hours. And it should be 5 or 6 A4 page of code that you type in one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. Do you think it's a nightmare? Do you love this kind of setting? Later on, we find that we cannot just ask you to type in the program line by line because today the situation has changed. Honestly, not only the game design or development course, but the other course you find the framework, you find the tools, you find the engine, you find the um, 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 SDK, etc. Right? So you have some background to work. Okay. So we changed the course from game programming to game development. That means in this course, we are not going to ask you, you know the mathematics, you know the structure of the game development, okay? You know all sorts of the aspect in computer science way, okay? We'll teach you the mathematics class. But for the lab, we will not ask you to code the program line by line. So most likely I will use Unity, and I will also introduce other fossil programming, SandForce. You know that Metaverse is NFT, they are very hot, right? So I will also introduce the SandForce, and then I will also introduce a little bit about the Unreal. So you need not to deal with the DirectX, okay? But I will still give you some coding to let you know what is the game programming. If we do not have any game engine, so how can we do the coding line by line, okay? Line by line. And that is game development, okay? The game development. So we'll use the game engine, and then we'll know the mathematics behind, and then we'll know all sorts of the information about the game development process in PC, and all the information will be used in 3D games only. Okay, will be used in 3D games only. So we will not teach you any coding about 2D games. We will not teach you any coding that is related to the pixel. Okay, pixel. Fossil, maybe yes. Do you know the difference between pixel and fossil? Pixel is 2D. You know pixel, right? Pixel is small square that can only display one color only. So fossil means a clip. So if you have played a Minecraft, so it's a fossil game. Minecraft is a console game. So we will not teach anything about pixel, but also maybe I will teach a little bit, especially when we're talking about the metaverse, when we're talking about sandbox, etc., etc. Okay. So game development is quite solid, and then for our computer science student, I think you can match them pretty good, okay, because we are technical guys, okay. Game design, game development will be 70% of this course, okay. So around 70% of the things will be technical, okay, will be mathematics, will be programming. 30% will go to game design because we think that if you just learn the game development, so it will be hard for you to go outside or you will miss something when you talk with the other people, especially about the, yeah, if you want to create games, so maybe you ask for some intro class, right? So you go to the game pitching process, you go to some in-queue program, etc., etc. So you have to know what is the behavior, human behavior, what is the player characteristic, what is the player behavior, okay, what is the reward model, and how you can get money from them. Is that clear? So game design, we have 30%, and then we will learn how what is the player behavior inside, and then how we can modify gamification, modify the gameplay to suit your potential target audience, and get the money from them. Okay, again, reward system. Okay, so that is the things that we are going to do. Next one. Okay, so oh sorry. So these lessons we will go through because it's introduction, so it's pretty easy. So we will go through all the assessment, all the content that we are going to learn in this course. We will also go through about the game industry. So what's going on inside the game market, because you have to know the situation. Okay. Maybe last year you need not to learn lots of things about the game market, but this year we have lots of the policy from our Chinese government, right? So you need to learn what is the future of game industry. Last year is, or we will say that is a U-turn, or is a magic point of game industry, or we are fast growing. We change from a fast growing industry to a little bit slow down growing industry. So I will talk this kind of thing later. And then we will also go through the briefly go through the content inside game design development. Okay. Intended learning outcome. So have you read the syllabus? No, right? So why you choose this course? Because of the title. Usually it's about the title. You will not read anything from your programming form, from your subject description form, etc. Sure. But honestly, for not only this subject, for all the subjects, so we will I will say that your marking scheme, your examination, your project, your assignment, your all sorts of things, right? So we have the rubrics, and the rubrics coming from your subject description form. The subject description form is here. Okay, our subject description form. Okay, so we will turn it into different points, and then all the questions in your examination or in our assessment is related to those. Okay, okay. So definitely we will touch a little bit about the game history, evolutions of the game development, and then what's going on inside the game development. So starting from the without what is the situation without DirectX? You guys are born after year 2000, right? So you are only 18, 19, 20 something, right? Okay, okay. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so when you are kindergarten, we have iPhone already. So you know what is the internet, you know what is the mobile phone, you know what is the mobile game, etc. So honestly, I will still go through the situation and all the framework behind the game design, so the evolution of our game. We will also talk about the hardware and then the software architecture. Okay, so why we need the CPU, why you need the GPU, and then why we need the PPU. Okay, so what is PPU? You know CPU and GPU, right? So what is PPU? G stand for graphics, C stand for central, P stand for physics. Physics. Okay, so if you are going to simulate some special physics effect, so we need another processing unit. So it's called PPU. Okay, so each of the processing unit they have some embedded command inside, help you to solve some mathematical problem. Okay, so why you need GPU instead of CPU? Do you know? Because GPU is famous for the floating point calculation. Okay, so why we have so many floating point? Because we have the sine cosine, because we have the matrix, and then if you are curving the matrix and sine cosine, so there is lots of the floating point. Okay, so that's why you need the GPU. So we will talk this kind of thing in this course. So why we need the GPU, why we need the PPU, and then if I'm going to develop a 3D game. So what is the layer that I'm going to deal with? So we have the direct OpenGL, which is called the HAL, and on the top of it we have Unreal or Unity 3D, etc. So if I'm not going to develop the 3D games, I'm going to develop the mobile game. For example, you use now if you are playing some game from China, so most of them are HTML5 game. Okay, they are not using the 3D rendering. So they have Phaser, they have and other game engine to do it. Okay, so we have different kind of framework to do this kind of things. We also taught this kind of settings. Next one is what? Yeah, all sorts of the technical things. What is the platform that we need? And then we'll talk about the game design, the playability principle, the reward system. Okay, so in the examination, most likely we have 5 to 6 questions, and one question will fall into the game design, reward system, and also what is the playability principle, what is the player characteristic, etc. And then the E, the most difficult part inside our course. So do you think games do you think we need mathematics inside game? Why? Why? Why we need mathematics inside? Which part? Where? Where is the mathematics? Game physics? Yes. Gravity? So we have the F equal to ma and all the Newton's law that you hate in your public examinations. We'll bring it back. What else? You hate Newton, right? Because in your public examination, most likely you need to deal with the Newton's law, and then as I remember in my A level video, in my A level we need to deal with the 3D Newton's law. It's not only the 1D, we have the 3D Newton's law, and in your course you also have the 3D Newton's law inside. And in your examination, most of the to define that you are A grade student or B or C, most likely is the mathematics. Okay. So game physics is one of them. We will involve the mathematics. All the rendering inside of computer graphics 3D. So we have the vertex, we have the vertex calculation, we have the pixel calculation 2D and 3D. Okay, such kind of things involve vector. Involve if we are going to move an object, we involve compass number. So have you heard compass number before? Yes or no? Yes or no? No? Okay. So in our world, we say that it's 3D world, right? But in fact, it's not 3D. You know that, right? So if you're reading some physics book, they will say that we are living in a 16 or 17 dimensional world. Okay? Okay? So in game system, we are not using 3D only. Okay? We are not using X, Y, Z. Okay? So we are using X, Y, Z plus I, J, K. Okay, in your if you have studied in your DSE, so you have compass number. Compass number means that we have imaginary part, so that's called I. Now we are not only using I, we will I, J, K. So we are calculating the 6-dimensional number. Okay, so that's called quaternion. We'll teach, and most likely every year the student hates me. Because this kind of method is pretty hard to understand or do all sorts of calculations. For the program, it's easy. You want quaternions, right? Just import quaternions, implement it by one command only, and then all sorts of mathematical calculation will be carried by yourself. But in this course, we will still teach quaternion to teach you what is the theory behind and then what's going on. If I will turn it into exam or exam questions, so I will give you the tutorial first. So all sorts of the mathematics, GAN mathematics, I will provide the tutorial for you. Okay, so make sure that you have to do all this kind of tutorial exercise before you go to examination. So do you think we can have examination this year? I don't know. So today is 8,000 or 9,000 something. I'm not sure they will close our face-to-face teaching or not. But according to the experience next year, even if we have the take-home examination, okay, so I will only allow you to have 2 hours take-home examination. Okay, so all the exam questions that I've set, you are able to, if it is I'll say that, if it is take-home examination, so you are able to use Google. Okay, you are able to use all the programs. Okay, you are able to use the Unity to do the calculation, etc., etc. Okay, so you can do this kind of thing. And most likely, I will prepare different set of the examination paper. So that means classmate A, B, C, they will receive different exam questions. And within 2 hours, you do not have enough time to discuss with each other. So that is our setting. Okay. So if we can have the physical setting, that's great. I need not to handle so many different types of questions. But back in your mind, it will be open. It will be open for. It will be open for. You can use your calculator. And then, remember to do the tutorial exercise before the examination. Okay? Yes, you need to work in team. So you need to prepare a PED GAN project. So we will discuss this topic later. Okay. So you are here. That's good. So we have the lecture 2 hours only, and then we have B-Lab. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, etc. So some of you guys asked me, can I change to another lab session? I'm not going to respond this kind of question. So I'm not going to take your attendance. You say that, hey Peter, your lesson is pretty rubbish, so I don't want to sit in and then enjoy your lecture. Or I know all the things about Unity, Unreal, etc., etc. So I don't want to waste my time. It's okay. You're a university student, so I'm not going to force you to do anything. Okay, okay, but you need to bear in your mind. So honestly, all the lab exercise or the exam question, they are close to each other. Okay, okay. For example, last year, so I prepared questions that are using one of the lab materials. So I asked you to prepare a program to simulate the special act of Demon Saver, Demon Saver, 毁滅之刃. Okay, so I asked you to simulate one. Liverpool should be Liverpool. The breath of the water, the ball transform, something like that is the 咩流動漩渦啊，唔係好記得啊。Okay, the Liverpool. So I'm going to ask you to simulate this kind of act in your examination. Okay, so if you miss some of the questions, so it will affect your final grade. So that is, you need to bear in your mind. So exam type question is close related to your tutorial, is close related to your lab exercise, even lab exercise. Okay, so I will ask you to do some particle effect, to do some program about path movement. Okay. Yeah, we have the tutorial, we have the lab, and then we have another online version. So I will post the link. In fact, we have our department school, so we create a Gather file for you. So you can go to the Gather, I will post the link later. And then you can find a group page for you to discuss, and then group page for you to exchange your idea. Touch wood, if next week or next week we cannot enjoy our face-to-face setting anymore. So if we go back to online class, we will have the platform plus Gather time setting. So yeah, let's see what is the situation. Okay, schedule, introduction. So why we start our course so early? Some remember for Yeah, we start our course next week. So how come it's only August and we need to start our course? I have no idea. Right? Uh, so our course setting, this lesson will be introduction. So you can add job within these 2 weeks, right? So remember. Then because I want you to learn all the technical things earlier. Okay, for the game design or for the I would say that the design thinking part. So I guess you need not to do lots of repetition. So we put the game development first. So the 70% of the course will relate to game development. We'll teach you about the game mathematics one, teach you about the vector, teach you about the matrix, teach you about the movement, light chasing. Then we'll move to game animation. So I will teach you also about the complex number, 3D transformation. Then we have the proper holiday. Then we go back to the game physics, the Newton's law. Okay, the Newton's law. I will also discuss the final effect at this moment. And then, yeah, another extreme case, we will have the game AI. Yeah. Okay, so game AI in the game, most likely we have different kind of the things we need to handle. The first one, of course, is pathfinding. Okay, so we have the enemy here, we have the player here, so how to guide the AI, enemy, NPC to move to move from the current location to the player and then all the obstacles they can avoid all the obstacles and then go to it. So we have the pathfinding. G searching, A star searching, W A star searching will be teach here AI. And then AI tool will teach about the decision making. So if AI is going to attack you, so are you going to defend, attack back, or move away, etc., etc. So those are decision making. So we will involve the new number, so I guess you have heard about this part. We'll involve the fuzzy setting, we'll involve the genetic algorithm, and then teach you how we can use this kind of soft computing technique apply into AI, and then do this kind of things. Okay, so you can invert your examination, maybe 5 or maybe 6 questions. So definitely you will have one from the mathematics, vector or matrix calculation, one from the game physics, and one from game AI. Okay, it's easy to pick. Okay, and I would say that after or before November, that means the last month. So I guess you have enough time to prepare for your examination. Okay, so if you don't know how to do the calculation, ask. Okay, ask. So you have really enough time to do it. Then we move to game design. Okay, then design and then teach you about the first characteristics and also revolve system game theory, etc. Okay. For the lab, we'll use the Unity. We'll use the Unity, and then we will use the Unity to do all sorts of things because it's easy to understand. So if you have used the Unity before, that's great. So you can just read the materials and then do the lab exercise exactly. You can do it by yourself. I'm not going to get you. Can I use Unreal? Answer is yes. Okay, so my final product or the group project is a feedback. Okay, so if you can present feedback to me, that's good. Okay, that's fine. Okay, whatever you use Unreal, Unity, or even Sandbox. Okay, okay, so allow you to use Sandbox, but you have to tell me what is your computer. Okay, you cannot download a asset from Unity or Unreal and then remove some of function and say this is my group project. Okay, okay. You are not the first group of students studying game design because I have teach them game design for more than 15 years. Okay, all the assets in Unity I know well than you. Okay, so don't try to trick me. Okay, and when I open your source code, I find some library, and then you say that you haven't copied anything from the asset store, I will deduct your mark. Okay, okay, but don't worry, you can still use the asset store. You can use the graphics because you guys are computer science students. I don't think your graphics or your asset is good. Okay, so well, there is an interesting story. So one of your classmates, they use some script, they use some fear to present their game explain character. I find it's really interesting, but I think it's really ugly. So it's okay. You can just download the artwork in the group assessment. So we learn the lighting, we learn the UI, we learn the UI, etc. So after this class, so I guess at this moment, so you are able to create your feedback. Okay, you are able to create feedback. So you have pretty long or pretty enough time to give me a interesting or good, instead of you just repeat my lab exercise and then give me back my lab exercise. Okay, so you have really enough time to do this kind of the group project or group setting. Honestly, your assessment combined with two parts, right? The first one is the career assessment, and another is the examination. Examination, you have this kind of mathematics examination, so it's good that if you can answer all the mathematics well, so you get a high mark. For the continuous assessment, so the only part that can determine you are A, B, C student is coming from the group project. Okay? Honestly, all your assignment, it looks more or less the same. Okay? Maybe you do it together or you copy from the other or etc. etc. So most likely all the assignment they look more or less the same. The difference between the grade, why this student he can receive an A, why you receive it, most likely is coming from the group project. Okay, it's coming from the group project. And group project can 55% of your mark. So if you career assessment is A, and then examination is B plus, if your examination is A plus, and then your career assessment is A minus, and examination is B plus, what is your final grade? 55% is career assessment. That means you fall into A minus. So examination compared with the group project is more important than your examination. If you are asking for the grade. So if you don't care about grade, that's fine. So you need not to care anything about this type of rule settings for you. Okay? Group project, we will have the project presentation. Okay? So the last way we will use for project presentation, because this year we have lots of the students study about game design development. So I will serve two ways of the lab to do it. So each group you will have 15 minutes to present your game. Okay? Then we will have the assignment 1, assignment 2. Assignment 1 and assignment 2 is similar to your examination. Okay? And then assignment 2 is similar to your tutorial exercise. So all the questions that I give you, they are close related to each other. So try to do it before the examination. Try to do it before the assignment. Then you will have a game design document. So you are going to design a new game to be. Okay, this one you can present a 2D game. You can present any games that you want, even a board game. I will accept for you. Okay, game design document means that you need not to implement. Okay, you can unlock your imagination, do anything out of the box because I need not to implement. Okay, I need not to implement. I need not to turn it into a big game, or I need not to turn it into a table game. Okay, so try to give me something that is creative, something that is interesting. Yeah, mass distribution. Assignment 1, 9%, assignment 2, 9%, and then your game design document is 15%, group development project is 19%, examination 45%. Okay, you will have one interesting component, which is called learning behavior questionnaire. Okay, I will give you 3 questionnaire. Okay, and then you know what is the meaning. So you just fill in the questionnaire, and then I will give you marks. Okay, whatever you can get the correct answer or not, I will give you 1% of marks. Okay, is that clear? So don't worry, just give me the response and then I will give you marks. And remember to do it because 3% of your mark will save your life. Okay? Okay, the first one, game design document or game pitching proposal. Okay, so you are going to use a soft document, including graphics to explain the imagination, your imagination. So you can be a board game, it can be a card games, it can be a physical games, or it can be anything that you want. Okay, so tell me About your concept, tell me about the goals. If you can scratch the screen UI design, so you can also give it to me. Okay. The reason that we have the game feature proposal, again, most of the game developer, their final objective or final goals is set up their game company. Okay. So how to set up a game company? You need money. So how can I get the money? Angel fund. So how can I get the angel fund? Pitching, okay, or into program, etc., etc. So in this course, I will also introduce how you can get the money from public. So you guys are good because you are university student, university setting. So most likely it's easy in this 1 or 2 year you get 100,000 or 500,000. It's easy to get. So I will tell you how to get it. Okay. Exact practice. So you have the get feature. How I can use the shortest time or the most easiest or the easiest content to let the other to understand what is the meaning of your game and what is the value of your game. Okay, so you need to do this kind of exercise. And because yeah, starting from this year, so our new principal they want you guys to do the entrepreneurship startup. That you want you guys have the sense to create new business. So yeah, we also involve this kind of setting in our assessment. Okay. Assignment, exam type questions, tutorial exercise will be similar to this one. Okay, this is one of the example. Unlike, or if you go to the library and then find our examination paper. So unlike the other subject, so game design and development, so we think that it should be fun. Maybe you do not think it's fun, but I think it's fun. So we will pick up one interesting game idea. Okay, we'll pick up one interesting game idea, and then use the content inside and ask you the mathematical questions. Okay, okay. So have you played this game? Auto Traveler. Have you played before? You have Switch? Yes, yeah, someone plays, someone does not. Okay. Okay. So it looks like a 2D game, right? It is a 2D game, okay? It's a 2D game. But the rendering compared with the Game Boy settings or compared with some old game settings, this one it should be Final Fantasy 1 or 2 maybe. So it looks really good, right? So the difference is not about the graphic, it's not about the resolution, it's not about the painting technique, it's about the comparison, it's about the rendering technique. Okay, so they render the 2D image by using some 3D method. Okay, okay, and it consists about the vector, it consists about the ray tracing, and then they will present different rendering, different brightness according to your movement, according to your action, so it looks better. Okay, so anyone want to guess what is the game engine of this one? Autopilot Traveler. Unreal. Okay, they are not using Unity to do this kind of thing. Unity cannot have such a good rendering output time. Okay, so I will pick up games. Okay, so that's why last year I picked up Demon Slayer, and then I picked up Autopilot Traveler, etc., etc. So each year I will pick up some games. And then, hey Peter, the game list of you and the game list of mine may be different, right? So you say that you have played the Autopilot Traveler. I haven't, and some students have played the Autopilot Traveler before. So it creates unfair to your examination, right? So before your examination, I will have a list of games for you. Don't worry. I'm not going to ask you to play 10 games, and of course you can play, okay? You can play and then enjoy your time. But I will only pick up 10 trailers. So if you watch the trailer, you know what's going on. Okay? You guys are university students. You need not to play the game, and then you have the feelings, and then well, you can answer the questions. Okay? You just watch the trailer, you just watch the graphics, and then you know what's going on, I guess. Okay? If you do not, yeah, if you cannot get the meaning behind, so watch another trailer. If you still cannot get watch trailer, it's okay. Watch trailer is only 5 minutes or 10 minutes time, so it doesn't spend a lot. So I will select 10 games, and five of them will be used in your examination. Okay, Okay, so one more thing, watch the trailer before the examination. So I think it's fun. uh, Game development project. So you have two group assessment: game design, game vision proposal, and game development project. Okay, game design. So you can do anything you want. Form a group and then create some new idea in that for me. Game development project. I need a 3D game, playable, runnable. Okay, okay. If you cannot run your game during the presentation, I'm sorry that if I'm kind at that moment, I will ask you to present your game 2 days after the presentation, or I will give few days to you. If I'm not kind, I may give you 0 marks. Okay, so the first criteria is runnable, playable. Okay, so what's the meaning of playable? A complete game, you have a title screen, you have a win stage, you have a lose stage. Okay, it can be a really simple fighting game, shooting games, or any kinds of the gameplay. Okay, but at least you have the title screen, you have the game stage. Okay, and you also have the win and then lose stage. Demonstrate this 4 stages during your presentation. Okay, and the game development project we focus on the functionality. Okay, we did a little bit about the game design, but I'm not sure. It should be around 30% or less than 30% is about your game design, is about your artistic together with the ability, something like that. Okay, 70% of your mass of the game project goes to the functionality. Each functionality can. Okay, so I will have a table, I will have a list, and then um, say that from 0 to 1. So I will give you 0, 0.5, or 1 mark for each function. Okay, so if you want to target on a higher score, so you need to, so you need to provide the function that I have list here. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you I will modify a little bit about that function, and then I will give you the project spec for you. Okay, so before your presentation, you can just prepare the table and then take whether it's good or not. Okay, and don't argue. If you have the function, that means that I will give you 100% of marks of this function. Okay. So you also have the degree of the completeness. That means I will give you 0, 0.5, or 0.75, something like that, 75 or 1 mark. So I will still have the degree to estimate your function is good or satisfies my expectation. Okay, yeah, one more thing. Yeah. I'm also the host of Global Game Jam. Okay, so we connect all sorts of people together. Um, I would say that um, you want to join Global Game Jam. So last year, I will give another opportunity for you. So if you join the Global Game Jam, I can use the product in your Global Game Jam X your game development project. So you need not to hand in your game development project in November. So you can hand in your game development project in January. Okay, and I'll grade will be sent to you. Okay, so if you want award in Global Game Jam, I will give you a straight A plus in your game development project. Okay, and inside the Global Game Jam, you can create something 2D board game or card game, anything you want. Okay, every year we try to organize all the students in Hong Kong. So we have the students from CTU, we have the students from IDH, KD, right, etc. All of them they study game development. Okay, we also have lots of the people in different game companies join this Global Game Jam. So maybe I can't remember last year should be 200 something, 230. And then before the COVID-19, it should be 300 something to 400 something. Okay, so we will have a large server in Cyberport, and then you will enjoy a 48-hour game jam. So you create a game within 48 hours. Okay, just like a hackathon, right? So you create games within 48 hours. We will provide you food, we will provide you drink, we will provide network. So we will provide Wi-Fi for you. So you will create the games inside it. So last year it should be 230. They create 50 games. I can't remember. It should be 50. 51 games. 51 games. Okay, and we have 10 awards. Okay, we have 10 awards. So 51 games commit for the 10 award. So it's pretty easy to win an award, right? It doesn't mean that we only have one biggest prize for the best game. So we create lots of different awards for different games. So I guess this year we will have more than 10 awards. Okay. So if you can pick another 3 or another 4, so you can win an award. So it's easy task, I think. I think it's easy task. And then, if you want to do it in a funky way, so you can still do your game development project. Join the Global Game Jam. If your Global Game Jam can run, your game in Global Game Jam can win, so you try to replace the mask from Global Game Jam to your Global project. Okay. It's good. Do you want to guess the award at the price of Global Game Jam? Each year, I buy Switch, I buy PS5, I buy Oculus Quest, I buy all sorts of the console or game-related console extra cards. Okay, so if you want a port, so most likely you can go and get an OLED Switch, or you can get a Oculus Quest or PS5. Okay, it's pretty attractive. Okay, and I'm the host. Okay, I'm the host. I'm one of the Jocelyn Tan hosts. So try to get the award. Try to beat CTU or beat HKT, etc. Of course, we encourage you to join the other students. So you can form a team with CTU. It's okay. Okay, you need not to just set the fundraising within Poly. You can form with CTU. You can form with the others. And then the location. Last few years is virtual, so only. I'm sorry, we cannot provide lots support for you. If this year is, if we can hold back the physical Global Game Jam, so we will set the location in Cyberport. Okay, so you will use 48 hours in Cyberport and enjoy your Global Game Jam. Fun, it's fun. Have you heard about Global Game Jam? Okay. Scan the QR code. So we will also organize some results. So last year we brought you to the Pixar exhibition. So I will just like a tour guide and then explain what is the algorithm behind, how the Pixar movie is related to your study, is related to your mathematics, etc. And because we will not create so many examples for you. Okay, so that's why I asked you to go to Pixar exhibition, and then I act as a tour guide. We cannot provide lots of the demo and then let you pay with the parameter. So if you are saying I have the pixel shader, I want to change the 2D rendering techniques. Okay, so I want to play with the parameter. I want to see the effect. We will not create the demo for you, but the Pixar they did something like that. So last year we go to Vistas Pixar exhibition, and this year you know that one of the hot topics metaverse, right? And you know this company. We are fans many years, so if I remember, they are our sponsor for more than 5 or 6 years in Global Game Jam. I don't remember well. So last year is their football year. They got $100 billion investment, something like that. So they become unicorn company in Hong Kong. They are the local Hong Kong company. So they build the metaverse, they build the NFT, they build different pay-to-earn concept in it. Okay, they have the exhibition in K11, close to it's close to for you. Okay, we just spend 15 minutes and then we can travel to 11. Okay, so we will visit them. We will visit their head of growth. Okay, and then the head of growth will give us a report. They will also support us. They will give us the game maker or the fossil maker, scene builder, something like that. They will give us the tools. They will also give you the coins and also the NFT. Okay, during this talk. Okay. So if you want to join, scan the QR code. Okay, and then tell me your student name. So we'll visit them next Tuesday. And this one, as I remember, it should be second last or the last day of their app store of their showcase. Okay, so their chance, their time. So back to face to face is better because we can organize such kind of activity. So we can learn beside using classroom setting. So have you scanned it? No one used the mobile phone. That's okay. But let me know because I need to report the number of participants. Okay, so we target on 10. So do you think it's possible? So who want to join this research? Anyone here want to join? Oh, that's great. Only few. So yeah, that's great. At least someone respond to my activity. So I target on 10, hope that I can get 10 students and then go to research. They're good. At least they give you a code and give you the NFT, right? Okay, task book. So we have two task books. One is game design and one is game development. Okay, so you can go to library and then follow this book. Okay. You also have the link. So we have the link here in your PDF you can take, and then in our library, so we have the electronic version, something like that. So you can just read all the content throughout your 40 episode. Okay. Have you logged into the library now? They are still available on the bookshelf. Okay, I'm not sure that you have the face-to-face examination or not. If we have the face-to-face examination, physical examination, so it's open book, but you cannot use any electronic device. Can you get the point? And we only have limited copy in the library. We have 60-something students. Okay, so try to reserve for the book first. Okay? Different from the last year. Last year, you can just go to the library system, Control F, find out the keywords, right? In the ebook. So if it is a physical examination, so how can you Control F, right? No, right? So you need to print the material, you need to print the book, you need to print something inside. Okay? So yeah, make your choice. Complete with your classmate. The lab that we are using, so we are using Unity 2021. Okay, it's quite stable version, 2021. You can use Unreal. So if you download Unreal for academic, it's free of charge. But if you use Unreal for the commercial purpose, exactly remember the charge will be $1 million. Okay. If we need to buy Unreal, so we need to pay Unreal for $1 million. But it's okay because there is a good competition between them because Unity gets lots of the market from Unreal. So starting from 3 to 4 years ago, so Unreal changed the academic version into free version. Okay, so now you can download Unreal for free. Okay. Of course, you can still use the Unity. Unity is pretty cheap. So exactly remember, yeah, I would say that personalization is free of charge. You can just download, use without any expiry. It's not 1 year only or 2 years only, etc. You can use it for your whole life, the personal version. Okay, but if you want to publish something on the iOS or on the Android, you need to pay for the Unity, and the charge is quite reasonable. So you can pay by month or you can pay by one-off. The one-off solution, Unity PD with iOS and Android export is only 33 or 35 thousand dollars. So it's reasonable compared with 1 million. Okay, it's reasonable. Okay, but you just want to learn, yeah, just download the personal version. It's pretty enough. And then we have buy the education license. So all the education license is installed inside your lab.